Hi, and welcome back to CloudNets, where networks meet cloud. And today, we save the Earth. Today, we're going to talk about sustainability, and our green expert, Ron, has joined us.
I don't have green on
my
shirt. Yeah,
okay, but
it's not a branded
black
color.
and yeah, okay. So sustainability, why is it important other than the obvious? You know, we want our children to live in a planet which survives. Regulators are talking about zero emission, zero carbon emission. Operators need to comply with. We see it in a lot of RFPs. We need to understand how to make our network zero emission, green, sustainable. Sustainability. What are the tools we have?
It becomes a real issue of this zero carbon, and CSPs are kind of forced or pushed into it. The timeline could be 2024, 2025, maybe even later, but you need to put things in place already at this point. So first off, there are three things, right? Item number one is about this measurement of power per port. Usually, this is the common practice that all the hardware vendors are pushing in, kind of to promote how they build their hardware and essentially how much wattage is being consumed for one specific port. That's not really relevant. What's really relevant is how effective is the power utilization onto that port. So how much you make out of the power that you spend, and not how many ports can you light up is what matters. Item number two is the ability to apply multiple use cases onto that same infrastructure. This is what pushes up your resource utilization. So again, how much wattage are you investing into your infrastructure is one. How much are you pulling out of it is the real item of interest. And item number three is talking about what's known as circular economy. Circular economy is looking into that same network equipment which is being used in the network and serving its purpose. To what extent can you repurpose that same equipment either while it's active or later on when it's kind of being forked out of the network?
So use it like in another place in network or for another application?
Exactly. When you build your network from small bricks, small building blocks, then you can repurpose these building blocks into building a different type of a network, different size of a network node, a standalone equipment versus a cluster, devices which are more oriented towards the access of the network versus those who are more on the aggregation and core. It's a matter of size. And when you have one building block, you can reposition it, essentially saying wherever you want in the network, and that kind of extends the life expectancy of each and every box.
So even if you need less capacity in a certain location and more in the other, you can take one box from this side to the other, and you avoid, having an unused box.
Exactly. Repurposing of equipment.
Okay, so again, this is a very important topic, and I think that the bottom line we need to remember is that, better ASICs is great, and better power per port performance is good. But I think what is more important is how much do you utilize the port, how many services, what essence do you pour out of this port, and then the measurement is power per service and not power per byte or per port.
Exactly. Save money, save the planet.
Okay, and on that note, thank you very much, Ron. Thank you for watching. See you next time on CloudNets.